Okay, as a writer, you don't want to go into a market for content that people are not going to be looking for your content. Now, in some cases, when you have a very technical specialization, you're not always going to be able to see the market. There will be people who will find you in demand, and they'll be willing to pay for your writing. But if you're not in one of those very special cases where you have a very specialized form of knowledge that only a few people are going to be wanting, they're willing to pay for, you're going to want to know what is popular. And so the place that I like to go is called Google Insight for Search. Okay, Google Insight for Search. What you're going to do when you come to this site is you're going to just start taking a look for things that are popular. Now, when I do this, it doesn't really matter that you might be in another country. I'm going to suggest that you do look in, unless you're going to write locally, I suggest that you look in the market for search within the United States. And that's not because the United States is better, but it's just because the market for purchasing content will probably be the most indicative of what's really going to be available to you. So you want to start by looking in some of the areas in which you are the most competent. So I start with business and industrial subjects. And then I look at the last 12 months of subjects. And then I look within the United States. I don't necessarily want worldwide. Now, as I said, in those cases where you're going to do worldwide, you'd probably already know where the market is for that content. But let's take a look at Google Insight for Search to see what are the breakout search terms in the business category. Okay, so in terms of just pure stories, or in terms of searches in business and industrial, these are companies. So people are looking up Kroger, FedEx, U-Haul, UPS, ADP, Lowe's, PayPal, Walmart. It's probably not going to be your area. So what we do is we go and we niche that down. Okay, what are the popular topics? Let's say in, let's go with energy and utilities. And let's search there. Let's look at the breakout search term. Power outage, power outages, gas stations, nuclear power, Thomas Edison, Georgia Power. Okay, we might want to niche that down again. Okay, so now this is probably on the level that we're going to start to find some traction here. There could be people who are writing or building websites in the renewable and alternative energy niche, or oil and gas, or nuclear energy, or waste management. Okay, so let's look at renewable and alternative energy. What are the popular searches there? Okay, solar movies, Solyndra, Vesta, solar movie, solar city, off the grid. Very good subjects here, and here's what you'll notice. These are rising searches. So over the last 12 months, the interest in these subjects has increased by 550%, 350, and it is an indication that this may be some place where if you write content, you may be able to find someone who really does want the content for their website, because people are searching for it, and people who have websites are benefiting from this search traffic. So that's one way, if you go through those steps, to find markets to write in. And there are so many different combinations of things that you can search in order to find a good market. That's a great place to start Google Insights for Search. Google also has another site called Google Trends, and this is going to be a little more, I'm going to say, short term. But Google Trends will tell you what's hot right now, not over the course of the last 12 months, but right now. What are people searching right now? So this was updated 25 minutes ago. So for people who are talking about politics, Groundhog Day, if you knew how to take advantage of these different subject matters, I'm not sure who Kate Upton is, Paula Abdul, Peyton Manning. Obviously, the Cinnamon Challenge is in the news. Now, if you have the sense that this is not just going to be a trend for the current today, but it's going to last, well, this is something that you can write in. And definitely, if you have stories and you're shopping them to magazines and to editors, these are the subjects they're going to want, because they're going to want content on what's popular. And if you can tell them, and if you can write about this within your area of expertise, then you're going to find a landing place for your content. Okay, so with that, thank you, and I will see you in another video.